the app in a very methodical way, and whether you have used Strava for years or if you are new to the app and literally just installed it, there will be something in this video for you. As with all my videos, I like to have a conclusion up front, which is what I'm doing in this video where possible. I also have timestamps so you can come to the part of the
Nice place you got here.
First thing I think when I see you is, I love you. But that isn't true anymore. You look good. Not a surprise really, but maybe it would have been nice if you looked more okay than good. You never wore very nice stuff when we were together. Mostly just a selection of t-shirts that had the names of places in America on them for no reason at all. Nevada, Tennessee, Colorado, and that top from the Catfish and the Bottlemen concert that we went to together because I said I liked them when really I only knew one of their songs. You bought the tickets before we were even dating. You were that sure. You wear button-ups now and jeans rather than trackies or basketball shorts. Does she iron your shirts for you or do you do them yourself? I bet you do them. When we started dating, you joined the gym because I went to the gym, but it looks like you still go. I mean, I always thought you'd suit a bit more muscle, and you do. I run now. That would make you laugh. Running used to be an activity reserved exclusively for running late, chasing after buses before they pulled away, or jumping in between train doors before they crushed you. Yesterday, I considered downloading Strava. Red blood cells live for 4 months. Your white ones, maybe a year. Colon cells have 4 days. That means that nearly all of the cells in my body at this very moment didn't exist when we knew each other. I found out about your engagement the day after New Year's. I was eating dinner with my family, and when I came back to my phone, which I'd left charging in the kitchen, I had exactly 100 texts. I thought someone had died. Have you seen this? Oh my fucking God, you have to see this. Lily has sent a photo. Lauren has sent a photo. Girl from your year at uni who you haven't spoken to in 3 years has sent a photo. I screamed when I saw it and flung myself on the stairs. I thought this was a pretty reasonable response, but when I told my mum, she just said, "So what?" After we broke up, I waited 3 months to unfollow you on Facebook. Unfollow first, I thought, and then after another few months, I'd unfriend you. It'd be so subtle, you wouldn't even notice. You'd just look for me and your friends one day, and I'd just be gone. Clean, painless. I'm very considerate. You barely use Instagram, so that was easy. I unfollowed straight away. I didn't delete the photos of us on mine. Thought, that seemed unconvincing, trying to pretend something hadn't happened at all. I couldn't stalk you though, that was the problem. We had to send Lauren in to find out who she was. The first thing I thought was, am I crazy? Or does she look a bit like me? And let's be honest, she was brunette, an Australian living in London, and we both used to work for H&M. You met at work. The Harry Potter Studios tour. Guess I'm never going there again. Reckon she's pregnant? That was Lily. Yeah, it's probably just so she can get a visa. That was me. Yeah, that'll be it. Lauren. I knew it wouldn't be because of anything, though. It would be because you were in love with her. Because that's the kind of person you are. You were so desperate to be in love, it was suffocating. The worst day of our relationship was the day you texted me, "You're my best friend." You know that? Because I knew you meant it, completely. And I also knew that you weren't even close to being mine. Not even top 5. You would have married me. I was the one. Or so you thought. Less than a year and a half later, and you were on to the next one. It wasn't that I was upset or jealous. I don't think I've ever really mourned the loss of our relationship. Not once since we broke up. What a fucking awful thing to say. So why did I care? It wasn't like I missed having sex with you. I mean, I liked that we were into the same things, but you fucked me like you were scared of losing me. It was so intense, like if you could just fuck me that little bit deeper, that little bit harder, then we'd be stuck together. I guess you knew, didn't you? Listening to Arcade Fire in my swimmers with my sandy feet sunbathing on the dashboard while we drove. Cooking soggy ravioli in a wok in your tiny student kitchen and thinking it was glorious. The doctor telling me I had thrush and that it was your fault. Not getting a noise complaint in college for all the loud sex we were having, but because of the one time Westwood was playing too loudly on the TV. When I deliberately got wasted on your birthday at that communist-themed bar, so I have an excuse to get away with kissing you, in case you weren't into it. Teasing you because you always referred to The Rock as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, never just The Rock. You holding my hand in your car in a McDonald's parking lot because my grandma had just died. Making fun of you when you got the release date of Early Man wrong and you not speaking to me for 10 minutes. Telling you in a park that our relationship ending was going to be a good thing. I was right. Wasn't I? You cried that day, but you're not sad anymore. It feels slightly improbable that you and I, these now strangers, have somehow ended up in this present together. That these two people who went to uni together in a small city in Australia, whose name no one here can pronounce, these two people who loved and understood each other have somehow ended up in the same place and time in a bigger city, halfway around the world, and just so happened to be walking past each other outside the entrance of King's Cross Tube Station at this exact moment in time. Perhaps what's even more improbable is that I haven't seen you since the day we broke up. Not in 3 years of us both existing here have we once crossed paths. You got married last year in a brewery that's round the corner from my flat. I regularly go visit a friend on a train that stops at Watford Junction, and I always think I'll see you there, but I don't. Every man with dark hair and glasses that looks a little bit like you makes me jump, but it's never you. I feel as if I'd made you up most days. As if you're a character in a dream I've had, and now I'm convinced you're real. What if we were both single? Would we fuck? If I came up to you now, would we stop and have coffee? Dinner? I want to tell you that I've been in love twice since you. Just so you know that I've done it too. It wasn't just you. I'm not upset. I'm not jealous. So why do I care? Why do I still tell people that everything now is our song, even though that's a fucking stupid thing couples do? Why at 2 a.m. do I get this overwhelming urge to stalk your wife and I have to try and really focus and not like any of her photos? Why did I cry most of the flight back to London after finding out you got engaged because of the Emma Stone, Jesse Eisenberg proposal subplot in Zombieland 2? I don't miss you. I think I miss her though. Maybe you do too. I've achieved a lot of what she would have hoped for me now. Isn't that terrifying? I'm doing the things I said I'd do. I want to vomit. I'm nostalgic for past failure. I'm nostalgic for dreams that, now that they exist in reality, feel ever more like life. Nostalgic for someone who is still and is, but feels more like it was. All these conflicting things that don't make sense, but I know are true. Like how the bathroom in my flat reminds me of a family holiday I went on when I was 12. I nearly cry every time I take a piss. It's so overwhelming. I hope you stalk my Instagram at 2 a.m. It's public, so it should be pretty easy. I hope that you remember sandy feet and ravioli and our first proper kiss at the train station while we were hiding from our friends. But you also remember what a piece of shit I can be. Like when I got bedbugs from your flat and I decided it was entirely your fault. Or when I refused to go to your mum's 50th birthday dinner at Carnation Thai. And when I absolutely broke your heart when I replied to your text saying, "You're my best friend, you know that," with, "Haha, are you drunk?" I hope you do miss her though, because I do. Because it's not really you I see standing outside the entrance of King's Cross Station at this exact very moment. Our time is over and has been over for a long time, and you can't go back to something that can only happen once. I think that's why I care though. Because I want to see a glimpse of her. Of them. These things we used to be. I could run now. Catch up to you. Say a line I've rehearsed. I don't know. I just let myself look. Look at this person I used to be walk into the entrance for King's Cross Underground and disappear down the escalator underneath the horizon.